Well, let's give Pam a warm welcome. She's going to blow you away. She did really good yesterday. Everybody walked out and was like, oh my God, we got to get her to come back.
Yeah, and actually we started talking about doing some virtual events. So just a quick, for those of you that didn't hear yesterday, my husband 7 years ago lost his vision in his right eye. And he said to me, you know, if I go blind in the other eye, are you going to stay married to me? And I'm like, of course. But I was like, what was I thinking? You know, I just said, you know, of course, I'm thinking, he's not going to go blind in the other eye. Well, guess what? So he's lost his vision in his right eye now. And it's a situation where I guess it runs in his family, although we didn't realize it until recently that his mother suffered from this. But she never kind of let us know because she was a very proud woman. The blood vessels that connect the optic nerve to the back of his eye have ruptured and disintegrated. They don't really know what
I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Can somebody turn the left light switch? It's right behind you. Turn that off so everybody can see the glare is.
Oh, there we go. Is that better?
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, that's okay. They don't really. So anyway, there's no treatment for it, but he is doing much better. He's doing much better emotionally, and he's learning to live with his limited vision. He has a little bit of vision up here. What this is all blurry and gray, you know, so I can gain all the weight I want and he won't know. Anyway, but on the upside, our only child, who's 36, and we thought she'd never find anybody, she is getting married next month. So she found her Prince Charming. She had to kiss a lot of frogs, but she finally got a prince, yeah.
How's the wedding dress going?
The wedding dress is coming along. I can show pictures maybe during the break. I don't want to take up class time. But yeah, I am making the wedding dress. And yeah, the little known secret, I do know how to sew clothes. I usually don't tell people that, but I do. Anyway, today I'm going to focus on bags. And I've got my dear best friend, Fran Hirschfield here helping. And okay. Anyway, so Fran, scoot over there. We're going to start showing some bags because I was glad I could slide through here, but then this handsome young man, isn't he a cutie pie? So Jack is doing the cameras, and so I now can't scoot through. So Fran, we're going to start with the expandable zipper bag. So the story I like to tell is, how did someone who is an interior designer, who had an interior design business for almost 30 years, how did I become a bag lady, right? So here's the story. I was teaching, just hand it to me. Oh, you want it? Yeah. I was teaching on a cruise ship. I was teaching on a cruise ship a few years ago, okay? And I was teaching with my good friend Emma Seabrook. Some of you probably know Emma, right? Emma Seabrook? I know we sell her products here in the store and her surgery books here. Really wonderful lady, great teacher, very dear friend. She and I traveled together quite a bit back, 20 years ago. Anyway, so Emma and I were teaching on a cruise ship together. She teaches garment sewing. And so I thought, if someone's not in the mood to decorate their house, if they're not in that mindset right now, they're probably not going to take a class from me. They'll take it from Emma instead. So we had 3 days at sea, so I wanted to teach a class that was not home dec. I had 2 home dec classes, so my third class, I thought, I'm going to develop a pattern that uses 6 different zipper techniques. Because we sell a lot of zippers, and people need to know how to use them, right? So I designed this bag. Now, the original bag has changed. When I wrote the book with Betty Mitchell, the bag book, I redesigned the bag pattern a little bit, but it's pretty much the same concept. So it has 2 different zipper pockets, one inside here and one here. So they're different zipper insertions. It's got a 2-way zipper at the top.
Pam,
Yes.
can you show it to the camera and then we all can see it?
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not used to having this good-looking guy here. So here we go. Thank you. So there's a pocket there. There's a pocket there. 2-way zipper here. Okay. There's a hidden pocket in the strap for money, or if you've got that little tiny secret boyfriend burner phone. You don't want your husband and your boyfriend calling you on the same phone, right? No, I'm just kidding. My husband doesn't care what phone my boyfriend calls me on. Anyway, and then what makes it really cool, and my idea was teach this on the first day of class, so when they do their short excursions, they can take this bag with them. But the best part is the bag, when you unzip it, it gets bigger. Okay? So one of the things we did when we redesigned it is I changed what made the body of the bag. Hand me that stabilizer too. That went with it. So I changed the stabilizer. So when Betty and I were writing this book, we looked at a lot of different products and tried to decide what was going to be the best product that we wanted to put our name behind, that we wanted to sponsor and develop to put in our book. And we really, really love this foam. And I'm going to pass around a piece of this foam, which I think I got some down here. Excuse me. How many of you like grunt whenever you bend over? Why do we do that? I don't know. So this is a double, oh no, that's a single one. So the one that we use in this bag is a double-sided fusible, and I'll just cut a little piece off so you can feel it. It's rough on both sides. And what we do is we really love this. Now, when you want to use this in your bag, you need to use a lot of steam. Okay, for those of you who don't iron with steam, let me tell you. You put water in your iron, and the iron magically turns it into steam, okay? And you want to pump the steam. Pump it, pump it, pump it, and really get a lot of steam, because that's what makes it fuse really well. So that's what's in this bag. This is the expandable zipper bag. Everything, this bag pattern is in this book, okay? So this is kind of what started the whole bag thing. Thank you. You're welcome. Huh? Yes, it's also lined. Oh, sorry. This is my book. If you'd like one, raise your hand. One of the employees can bring it. Can we pass the books around for anyone that doesn't have a book yet? This is there are 30 projects in this book. So with your discount, it's about $1 a pattern. It has a CD in the back, which has all of the embroidery designs you see in the book, including a full monogram. It also has all the pattern pieces for projects that require pattern pieces. If you buy the book and you don't have a CD in your computer anymore, call me or email me and say, hey, Pam, I bought your book at Ellicott City, and I don't have a CD player. Will you send me the file? And I'll send you that electronic file so you have that, okay? I'm happy to do that, okay? So here's the other cool thing about the book. I think there's some more. Here's the other cool thing. You will occasionally in the book, if you see my little doggy face of my dog, oh, you should. Is it in the car? Oh, that's a good sign. Fran can pass some of those out.
I'll just give them all.
And ladies, just so you know, if we run out, I have a pallet of them at home in my garage. And I would love to be able to park my car in the garage this year. Just saying. Yes. The Hold Everything? The purple book? There wasn't a CD in the back?
I don't think so.
Did you check?
No. We bought it from you when we were up.
They all have CDs in them. If you don't have a CD, email me and I'll send you the designs. Yeah.
Let me check mine. I don't remember.
A lot of people don't even look at the back and they don't realize the CD's there. Yeah.
I'll get mine when I get home.
Okay, so one of the cool things about the book, and I'm trying to find a page that has it, we have on some pages you'll see a picture of a camera. And if there's a picture of a camera, that means that there is a video clip for that technique. Right there. If you see a camera, there's a video. So all you do is you go to my website, pamdamour.com, look up page 115. There's the video clip on how you do that. Question, are you looking for a book? Are we out of books? They're checking to see if they have more.
So you're saying the CD, you have it on CD, but you also have it on video?
A CD is not a video. A CD is a file.
Oh, okay.
You're confusing it with DVD.
Two different things.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, these videos are held on they're on the web. I think they're on YouTube. Okay. Yes.
Ladies, real quick, I know you're all taking notes and you have pens in your hands. When these bags come around, would you please put your pens down so that we don't get any ink on the bag?
And a lot of these samples are Fran's because, normally I fly United. I can take 3 70-pound bags on the airplane for free, but I flew Southwest, so I could only bring 2 50-pound bags. We're talking, I could brought less than half of what I normally can bring. So Fran was kind enough, because Fran edits all my patterns, she proofreads them, and she does. She tests all my patterns, so she has pretty much every one of my bags. So I only brought like a third of what I would normally bring because she brought it. Yes, question?
So on this CD thing that's in the book, is that the pattern?
There's pattern pieces that you can print out full size, and then there's embroidery files. Okay, that's what's on the CD. Okay? All right. Any more questions before I move on?
What is the email for you?
My email is so easy. It's just my name, Pam@PamDamour.com. And if you forget that, just go to my website, and there's a Contact Us link, and you can click on that, and you can reach me that way, too. Okay?
And I think it's also in your book.
And it's in my book. And everything we sell has my phone number, my home phone number. If I'm not home, it forwards to my cell phone. Okay, so if you call this number and I call you back on a different number, just answer it. If you see, it's the same 518 area code, you know. Okay, all right. So that's kind of what started this whole thing. So then, hand me that right there, Fran, that whole basket. So then I got lots of requests to make a bag with a special purpose. And so I decided, and hand me that, the one with, the teal. So this is my special purpose bag. This is a bag that I had a lot of requests for. And I thought, you know what? And then I kept thinking about other bags that I wanted to make. And I thought, you know, I'm going to write a bag book. And Betty, who I have taught with for years and has been a dear friend for years, she kept showing me like these ideas. She goes, what about this for your bag book? And what about this for your bag book? And I said, Betty, don't you want to write the book with me? And she's like, okay. So she co-authored the book with me. Anyway, so I knew that I wanted a bag that had a wallet that was attached. Sorry, bad habit. Just. And so this has a wallet attached. This stabilizer is the same stabilizer I use in the other bag. It's the double-sided fusible. I finished the seams by doing just quilt binding. Super easy peasy, right? Right? It has 2 pockets on the inside. And this wallet is done with my Flex and Firm regular stabilizer, and I'll send a little piece of that around with the purse. But that is another stabilizer that we sell, and we've got a package right here. I love this stabilizer. It feels like leather. It is so cool. It fuses really well, and I just love it in my bags. I use this stuff all the time.
Can that wallet idea be used on a bigger bag?
That's a great question. Guess what? This it's just sewn onto the bag. You can put it on any bag you want. Okay? Right? It's stitched down here and it's stitched down right here, right below the frame. Okay? So before I designed the bag, I knew that I had to come up with a wallet design that I liked. And there's some wallet patterns out there, but I wasn't really crazy about them. I thought, yeah, but it's still coming. So I started working on wallet patterns. So this is kind of one of my first patterns. I wanted to do it with foam because I like that quilted Vera Bradley look, okay? And I wanted to do it with foam, but I didn't want to always have to quilt it. So that's one of the reasons why we wanted our own fusible. So this uses a single-sided fusible. And when I opened the wallet up, I didn't want to have any upside-down pockets because I didn't want stuff to fall out. So I wanted all the pockets to be upright. So I kind of developed my own pattern, and this is one of my earlier wallets. This pattern is in the purple book. So then my friend Betty was like, I need a phone for my cell phone. I mean a wallet for my cell phone. So we made this one, okay, that's got a deep pocket. It's got a smaller frame. It's like a little purse. Another little secret pocket for your key fob, the boyfriend burner phone, you know. But, you know, Steve's my boyfriend. He just calls me on my regular phone. Friends met him. He's very cute. Of course, I've met her boyfriend, too, so.
He's not my boyfriend, he's my boy.
Your boy toy, yes. So this is like a double wallet, 2 change pockets, 2 currency pockets, and a bunch of credit card pockets, okay? And this will even fit your passport, okay? So you can wear this as a little crossbody if you want to put the chain on it. Okay, we'll pass that around. We do sell the chains. So we have the chains over there. We have the ball chains and we have the link chains. That's a question?
Can you put like an RFID fabric?
I'm so glad you asked that. Yes, you can, and we do sell RFID fabric too. And I don't know, I'm assuming we sent that. Okay, RFID fabric. So if you were going to do the RFID fabric, let me just kind of walk you through this. If you're going to do the RFID fabric, you make the outside of the wallet, you make the inside of the wallet, And when you put them together, right sides together, then you're going to put the RFID on the back of one side or the other. It doesn't matter which one, because you need to put it on the outside so when you turn it, it's on the inside. Ask me how I know that. Okay. So we started developing some other wallets, and I don't have all of them with me because of limited space, but we have 2 more small wallets that we designed, and then we have the big wallet with the 10-inch frame. This one is the big wallet with the 10-inch frame, okay? And so after we did that, we just started coming up with more stuff. So after I started doing all these wallet patterns, and let me do a little tip on how to use that wallet frame, because people are afraid of it, and it's so easy. It's so easy peasy. You're going to love it. So, oh, there we go. Thank you, Fran. So here's my wallet frame. How many of you have used this frame before? Raise your hand. Okay, a few of you. For those of you that have used it, have you come across any problems with them?
Yeah.
Okay. What was one of your problems?
The pin where this piece folds.
Yep.
Pops out and I have to push back in.
Then you know what?
This gets difficult.
Is it one of my frames? If it's one of my frames, did you call us and tell us so we could replace it?
Sure.
You did, or you didn't?
No, I didn't.
No. If you ever have any problem with one of our frames, call us.
I just figured it's
Well-
old. It's
well-
one we made in a class with you.
Well, you know what? We'll still pop a new one in the mail for you. Just call me. Let me know what one you want. Okay? Yeah. Okay. Huh? Sorry. What? You know, we don't want you to be unhappy because you bought something that doesn't function right. You know, if so, we'll replace it. We want you to be happy. You know, Janice isn't the only one that does great customer service.
I think her question was, if it goes bad once it's in the bag.
Yeah, once it.
How hard is it to take it off?
Well, let me talk about that a little bit. Sorry, I've got my allergies have really been bothering me since I got down here. It's that time of year, right? Right. So I'm gonna do a little pretend wallet here. We're not really gonna make a wallet. We're just gonna. Thank you so much. I'm just gonna do a little pretend wallet. Okay. Scissors. I know if you're here. Okay. No. So I'm just going to do a little pretend wallet here. I'm just going to fuse some stuff here, and I'm going to do a little pretend wallet just to show you.
Pam, is this one in the book? I think.
That one is in the book, yes. Right now, everything I'm showing you is in the book. And when it's not in the book, I'll tell you we've gone out of the book. Okay? So I will tell you when that happens. Okay. So I'm just going to do a pretend fused wallet here. I'm just going to fuse some stuff together here real quick, okay? Fran, I think, is there still water in that cup? Is that cup still there with water? I think I need water in my iron. Yes, go ahead.
Can you wash the foam that you sell?
I throw show them the serger bag, Fran, the blue one. Here we go. This is new and it opens hard. See if you can get it. Yeah, here. See if you can open it. Here. It opens, it flips up. There we go.
I'm holding up the surgery.
Okay, not that bag because that one has not been. I use all my bags, and I try to use them for probably at least 6 months to a year before I put the pattern out there, because sometimes I change things. My bag like that, it's green. I don't even show it in class anymore because I had a peach in it and forgot it was there. So the lining is really stained. But I have thrown it in the washer, I know, at least 5 times. Yeah. So, okay. So, I'm just going to do a little pretend wallet here. So let's say this is my wallet that I'm going to put the frame on. People think because this looks very cool and very classy, it's hard. It is not. I need a pen.
The fabric into that firm. Is that what you designed on there?
No, I did the foam. I did the double-sided foam. I just did the foam. Okay, so, no, I want this color here. So what I do before I'm going to take the plastic off here. Before, is it hot? No, I did not. So before I start putting it on, I need to cut this hole out, okay? So I'm going to slide this end on here, and I guess I cut it a little too big. The biggest rookie mistake people make is they don't cut their hole big enough. So when you slide this on, how's Jack doing? Is he doing a good job with the camera? Isn't he cute? I'm so happy that I'm finally getting a son. I really am. And he's very cute. And his mom, I love his mom. Oh, we're going to be best friends, I know. So I'm drawing out where I have to cut my hole. See the mark? The biggest mistake people make is they cut it too small. They go like, oh, I don't want to cut it too big. You want to cut it bigger than the mark, because if you cut it too small, you've got fabric in there and you can't use the little flippy doodle, right? Okay, so we're going to cut it a little bit bigger. A little bit bigger. And then what I do is I peel back the inner layers. And this is all in my book. I peel back the inner layers. And there would be several layers, but for this one, it's just the foam right here. And I'm going to cut that foam out of the way and all the other inner layers. And then I take the 2 outer layers and I just fold them into this so there's no raw edges, like that. And then I just put a little spot of hot glue in there. Okay? Then I take the frame and I heat it up with the iron. So if you are, and I put hot glue in each end, just at the ends. If you put hot glue in a cold metal frame, what happens? It gets hard immediately, right? And it becomes a little plug and it won't let your fabric go in. I learned that the hard way. So I heat up the frame so it's nice and hot, put a little dab of glue, like a small pea size in each end. Then I push it on. Sometimes I use a flat screwdriver to work it on. I push it on all the way, okay? And because this is folded under and glued, that's not going to pop up, right? So then this comes with 8 little screws. There's 4 on each side. I use a tiny Phillips screwdriver, which I may not have one in here. I don't think, you know what? So it's not, they're not in there. They're in my other bag. You know what happened? I flew home I was in Paducah, for those of you who know Paducah. Flew home from Paducah on Sunday. My bags didn't arrive until Monday night. By then, I was already on my way here. So I put together a new tool bag, because my older tool bag was in my suitcase, and I know I didn't put any. But you use a little bitty, like size 1 or 0 Phillips head screwdriver, and you use these little screws, and you put those screws in, and that holds it in place. Plus the glue helps hold it in place too. And then on the other side, you're just going to put the other side of the frame on. It's easy, right? Okay, and for those of you that have done it before, does that make it a little easier for you? All right, so another thing too, if you do this and you try to put your screw in and the holes are too small, these are made overseas. We can't test every single screw hole before we ship them out. I mean, we order these by the thousands. So if the screw won't go in and it's stripping your screw, take those little teeny flat screwdrivers you get with your sewing machine, or at least the older machines, put the screwdriver in there and kind of rotate it around, stretch that hole a little bit, and you should be able to get the screw in. If you damage the frame or you don't have enough screws, call us. We'll take care of it. We'll replace them. Okay? Enough said?
And do you have to use hot glue, or is there an alternative?
You can use any glue you want. I use hot glue because it's cheap and I have it. And it sets fast. I don't have to wait for the glue to dry. I don't have to sit there for like 20 minutes waiting for the glue to dry.
I've had luck with Gorilla Glue, super glue. Yeah. And I've been using that because I'm too lazy to dig out my
Hot glue gun? See, my hot glue gun's always ready.
for me. So, and if you get any of it on the frame, it's nail polish.
And also with the hot glue, if nail polish remover will take up that leftover glue residue too. All right, so
What do you do? You want me to?
what happened to the teal bag? Oh, I still have it.
What happens if the fabric is too?
Too thick?
Yeah.
Okay.
Get in there.
If it's too thick, then I take a flat screwdriver, and usually it's only too thick at the ends where the seam allowances are, right? I take a flat screwdriver and I twist it and stretch it just a little bit, push it back in, and then I take some pliers and I wrap fabric around the end so I don't damage it and scratch it, and I take pliers and squeeze it back after it gets on. Okay? That's a good question. Any other pitfalls on those frames? Yes? I just take the iron and I just do this. I just set the, just like that. Yes. This is the Olicio. It's their new travel iron, and I love it. It's just a really nice little iron to travel with. Yeah. Do I sell it? Janice sells them. Yeah.
Is that similar to the one that you had yesterday?
This is the same one I was using yesterday.
I bought one yesterday, but I guess it wasn't green.
It comes in a lot of colors. There's like pink, purple, teal, yellow.
What's the name of the iron again?
The Oliso. All right, so getting back to the bag, there's, I started to say there was pockets inside. There's a little key fob for your car keys. There's a pocket right here that you can put in your phone. You can put in a book, your e-reader. And then there's a secret pocket right here that you can be walking down the street. Oh, and it has an adjustable strap. And we do sell this strap hardware. Okay, so you can make your adjustable strap. You can be walking down the street, and you can have your hand inside, and you can shoot your gun from inside the bag. The ladies in Texas love this bag. Just saying.
You put a hole in the bag when you shoot?
You would put a hole in your bag when you shoot, but you know what? I'd rather have a hole in my bag than a hole in me. You'll notice when this goes through, it's got our little zipper widgets, which is another product that we sell.
Is that one in the book?
This is on the cover of the book. This is the one that inspired the book. But Betty, my co-writer, is very liberal and does not just
I don't know where you put the widgets.
they're I got them. They're up here. Betty is very liberal, and she's the kind of mom that wouldn't let her sons play with water pistols. I thought I had them up here. I thought they were in this bag.
Yeah, I thought you put them right at this end here. Well, they're out on the rack.
Well, we do sell those. Oh, here, they're on the floor. We do sell these in many colors, the little zipper widgets. Aren't they fun? And how many times do you like break off the pole in your kid's zipper, your grandkid's zipper, or your jacket, your ski jacket? I know with my luggage, it seems like the airlines break off all of my tabs, so these are great to put on, okay? So anyway, but these are our widgets. So then moving along, we'll start right there. Start with the other hold everything bag, the white one. Yeah. So here's another one, just to show you. And keep in mind, someone asked if this wallet could go on any size bag. This is, and it can, but this piece right here that holds the gun and the pocket, this is just a separate piece. Oh, sorry, this is a separate piece. This could go on any bag. So you can make any bag pattern that you already have, or one that you've made up, or one of my other bags, and you could just slap this on one side of it, and then you've got your own conceal and carry bag. Makes it very easy. I know I have a lady who wanted to make my teacher's pet bag, which is the pink one. Hold up the pink one. And she took that bag and she put this pocket on it because she needed a bag that she could put her computer in. So. Okay. All right. And let's give me that one while we're talking. Yes.
What I did is I put a little tab in here, so if you put one of those gun holders
Yeah.
blocks, you can hook it to that.
Yeah, and you can put that's a good idea. You can put tabs in there. You can put Velcro that holds it in place. You can customize it. When when I was talking about designing that bag, I went to this gun shop. Actually, this really well-known store about an hour from my house. It's called Dick's Country Store, and he's known for the 4 Gs. He's got guns, groceries, gas, and guitars. So I talked to him about. I haven't talked about that one yet. I haven't passed that around yet. No, it was right here on the table. Okay. I went to see him, and I said, if a woman came in and buy a little gun for herself, what would she use? Because my pistols are too big. I wouldn't carry them. I have my dad's pistols. When he passed away, I'm the only one that legally can own them because I'm not a convicted felon. Did I just say that out loud? Yeah, all of my siblings have been to prison. I come from a very redneck family, believe it or not. You don't have to live in the South to be a redneck. Did you know that? Upstate New York, just south of Montreal. Anyway, so Dick showed me, what sizes and everything. And so when I finished that bag, the prototype, I took it to him. I said, what do you think? And he goes, this is a great bag. How much are you going to sell these for? I'll carry them. I said, no. I don't make bags to sell. I write the book for people who want to make bags to sell. Go grab the Richard wallet. And so it's farther down, isn't it? Or did we bring it out?
I think you've got the retro wallets in there.
Oh, maybe I do. So here's the other thing, too. So this guy, Dick, whose real name is Richard, I walked in the store a few years later, and he goes to get a Diet Coke on my ride home, and he said, "So are you still making bags and wallets and stuff?" And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "I want to show you something." He goes in his office, and he's digging around. He pulls out this wallet that is so badly worn. He's holding it together with staples, and he says, "Can you make me one of these?" So I designed a wallet pattern, and we're naming it after him. It's not available yet because it's part of our alphabet collection, but we're calling it the Richards Retro Wallet. So you know those wallets that men liked in the 90s that were the Velcro? Yeah. So now we have that's a future pattern coming down the pike. I'm going to talk about it a little bit more. So this is Fran's sample of that. So we even named a wallet after Dick. Anyway, so this bag, no, that one's not in the book. So this one's in the book. This is called The Teacher's Pet. This was inspired by one of my staffers, my friend Penny, or cousin Penny actually, who was actually working part-time as a teacher and then working for me. And she needed a bag to take to school that she could hold her computer in, that she could hold her, put file folders in. It's got a two-way zipper at the top. It has a divider here that she can put stuff in it, and so she can keep her personal stuff separated from her business stuff. It's got two outside pockets. It's got this one right here, and then it's got one here on this side. And it's padded so it protects her computer. Now, this strap is made with that flexion firm that I showed you earlier, okay? And then the piping is with the micro welt. Several of you purchased the micro welt. I know it's sold out, but if you want some of this small piping cord, let me know. I can show you a sample of it. But we're sold out of it, but you can get your discount, and we have lots of it at home. So this is the flexion firm stabilizer. Okay. Anyway, this is done with the single-sided fusible, okay? And I want you to look at the corners. See the corners? Yeah. This is what I call a rounded box corner. So this is in the book. This technique is in the book. So let me show you how we did that. That's with that 7-corner ruler that we sold out of yesterday. And for those of you that weren't here yesterday, I apologize. These, actually, we ran out of them. We sent everything we had here to the store. So we don't have, but we've got them they're in production now, and we'll have them ready. I think we're supposed to have them within a week or so. And then they're going to be shipped within a week. They ship out of Florida, and then we need to package them. So I would say about 2 weeks you'll get them, okay? So this is how we do this corner. A lot of my friends have jokingly referred to this as the fish ruler because they say there's the eye and the mouth and the gills and the tail. So it would be the mouth of the fish, okay? And you can cut this either with the rotary cutter or you can mark it out with a pen. So I'm going to cut that curve. But we use that 7-corner ruler in almost every bag in that purple book. So if you didn't get one yesterday, you probably want to order one while you can still get a good discount on it.
What's it called again?
7-corner ruler. Okay, so this is how we do that corner.
What's the advantage of doing that rounded corner as opposed to just a box corner?
There's no advantage. It's just different. Yeah. It's a matter of, what you like. It's just showing a variety. Every time I design a new bag pattern, I try to create a new technique. And that was the technique with that one, is how to create that. But I actually use that same corner on the tops of bags, and you'll see that in a little bit, okay? So I sewed the side of the bag and the bottom, and now I'm going to sew that corner. And you can either open the seams or you can nest them, one up and one down. And you want to make sure those seams are lined up together. And we're going to sew this kind of like a dart. So I kind of angle it, and I just follow this, always using 1/2-inch seam allowances. Kind of curve it around. And there we go. There's our rounded box corner. Okay?
So you don't start it on the horse, you just leave it.
No, I leave it just like that. Yes.
As a
general rule of thumb, what would be the times that you would choose to use the double-sided
Stabilizer?
Yeah, and the single-sided?
Did everyone hear the question? When do I use a double-sided versus a single-sided? If the bag has a loose lining, I use single-sided. If the lining is attached and I'm going to finish the seams with a quilt binding, then I use double.
Okay.
Yeah. It depends on how the bag's constructed. Okay? But yeah, exactly. So, in this one right here, I use the double. A lot of you have looked at this and said, is this in the book? It is not in the book. This is the Caprice organizer. It's a standalone pattern. This is what it looks like when it's folded up. Isn't that darling? I did not design this. Okay, just so you know. This was designed by my friend Sheila Hansen. We did a challenge because we developed that 10-inch frame, and even though there's other bag makers that are using our 7.5-inch frames and our 4.5-inch frames, the 10-inch frames, I haven't seen anyone else with you doing a pattern with the 10-inch frame. So we wanted to have more patterns using the 10-inch frame. So we did a little competition, and Sheila won, but in part of competing for the competition, she had to give, the pattern would belong to us, but she would get credit for designing it. And so, and these pouches Velcro out.
What did you use inside?
This is our single-sided fusible here. This is single-sided, this is our Flex and Firm Light. Flex and Firm Light is in here. The double-sided foam is here. And then I also have Flex and Firm in this part to give it a little bit of stiffness, and there's Flex and Firm in these guys too. But if you look at the on the supply list, it gives you all the supplies that are in there. Okay, and of course these use our zippers. Okay, all right. I'm going to talk a little bit more about the zippers because some of you weren't here yesterday, and we actually have two different zippers that we sell. Our regular colored zippers come in a 3-yard package with 8 slides. And our metallic zippers come in a 2.5-yard package with 7 slides. And the reason why there's a different quantity is we try to keep the prices kind of similar, so we just change the size a little bit, okay? But I think these are $12 before your discount, and I don't know what would 25% off that be. So you're getting so you're getting this for $8, which is a great deal. And then the rainbow ones are a little bit more expensive because they cost more for us to manufacture, okay? So I'll pass these around for you to look at. This is a 4.5 millimeter wide zipper. This one is a 5 millimeter. Okay, so you can interchange the slides of colors with this, but you can't interchange these together. Question way in the back.
Organizer, what size? Which zipper did you use?
I've used both of them. I've done them with the metallic zippers, and I've done them with the regular zippers. Now, the metallic ones are not metal. They're metallic. They're still a polyester zipper, and you can sew through them, and you can cut through them, and they won't hurt your scissors or your sewing machine. Yeah, they're not metal. Okay?
I noticed you use cork on your organizer.
No, it's not cork. It's fabric.
Oh.
It's fabric.
Oh, okay.
Here, you know what? These are my teaching supplies, but I will pass these around. I'll pass the body of it around so you can look at it. Okay?
All right, let's start that back.
I'll pass it around so you can look at it. If you like to make one of those, we could do that as an online class. That's a really good online class. Okay? When we do that as an online class, we do a kit. The kit has everything you need. You just need to buy your fabric. There's no fabric included in the kit because then you pick your own fabric, okay? So, but we could, well, I'm going to talk to Janice after the class because now that, you know, my husband is a little more housebound, I'm going to be staying home a lot more. I actually got special permission from him to come on this trip. And the only reason why he agreed to come is he got to hang out with his good buddy Bruce, her husband. Yeah, so, yeah, he flew down with me. Yeah. Who knows what kind of trouble they've gotten into while we're away, right? Okay, now, all right, so let's move on. The pink bag. Here's another one using that frame, and then the white one with the tulips. This is in the book. This is called the Elegant Organizer. This embroidery is in the book. So you can open it up, and it's got built-in wallet. Yep. Oh, I'm sorry. Built-in wallet. And our chain. Okay. I use Flex and Firm regular on the outside of this. And the stiffener, I do like what I call a Flex and Firm sandwich. I do a little bag bottom sandwich. So what I do is I take a piece of Flex and Firm, and I do it 2 different ways now. So I do 2 pieces of Flex and Firm. I'm just going to cut a chunk off here.
So what you're cutting is called Flex and Firm?
Flex and Firm regular. Yeah, this is a Flex and Firm. And I like to use plastic canvas. So I'm just going to fuse part of this down, and I'll leave part of it unfused so you can feel the difference, okay? And then what I'm going to do too, I don't know if you saw this beautiful colored mesh that we have. I've been taking my leftover scrap mesh and using it in my bag bottoms. It's not as stiff as the plastic canvas, but it makes a pretty decent bottom. So I'm going to do that too, so you can cut it a little smaller. It makes a decent bottom, so you can feel it. It's the mesh that we sell, our mesh fabric. And we've got it in all these colors. Here, I'll pass these around. No, just about. I use it in the bottom, as the bag bottom. So you can feel the stiffness between the mesh and the plastic canvas. You can feel the difference, okay? It's not quite as stiff, but if you don't need a bottom quite as stiff, it does add a little bit to it. So that pink bag, I wanted to like kick it up a notch, so I made another one. And this says tulips. And then I use my magnets.
Oh my God.
It comes off. So the bag feet are on here. And then the magnets match inside here. There's 4 magnets on each side.
So essentially, you can make different outsides.
Exactly, and I have probably like 6 or 8 different outsides for this. Yes. So, and that way you can change your bag for whatever the occasion is without having to change all the inside stuff, right? It is not, this part right here is in the book. This part is not. But I know you girls are clever, and sir back here, I know you're clever too. But I know you folks are clever. This isn't hard. You're just making something that fits the outside, and you're gonna just make sure the magnets line up. The magnets that we use. Want to hand me the bag of magnets? They're on the blue bag. No, the blue bag, the blue suede. Keep going. Just right bag. Yeah. These are the magnets that we use. We use these little flat magnets, and you know, just make sure that you put it on the right way, because if you put it on the wrong way, they don't like each other. You know, you can, but I don't, because you don't see any stitching lines. I just glue them. I just use some double stick tape, because they're not. Sometimes I didn't with these. You can see the plastic. Sometimes I cut the plastic off. Sometimes I don't. But I just use double stick tape because they're not exposed to anything, so they're not going to move. Okay.
And what did you line your outside with?
This lining is Flex and Firm. This is Flex and Firm, and it's also Flex and Firm in the bag. I love that Flex and Firm stabilizer. I use it all the time. It's made in Germany. We get stuff from all over the world. We work with a factory in Germany. We work with one in Pakistan. We work in like 3 factories in China. We work with factories here in the States. We work with one in Wisconsin, one in New York, one in Atlanta, Georgia, or outside of Atlanta, one in Florida. I think that's it. We work with people all over the place. Okay. The purple? Right there. Yep. And the black. Okay. So this is another bag that's in the book. I named this after my friend Melinda because she inspired it. It's just two pattern pieces. It's just 2 pattern pieces sewn together, and then when you fold them over, yeah, it's super easy. I want to show you how to do the corner though. The corner is really fun. See how the corner looks, the little pleat right there? It looks hard, doesn't it? Yeah, it's not. It's not. This is how easy it is, okay? So let's say this is the bottom of my bag, right? If I want like a 2-inch box bottom, I'm going to fold it up an inch and fold it down an inch. So it kind of looks like the letter W, okay? And that is all there is to making that corner. Isn't that cool? Easy peasy, right? Do it again. You girls crack me up. What's that?
Do it slower.
Do it slower? Okay. Let's say this is the bottom of my bag. Okay? And I want to do a 2-inch box. Let's say I want to do a 3-inch box pleat. Okay? Here's my bottom. I'm going to notch it. I'm going to take my ruler. And I'm going to measure 1.5 inches. And 1.5 inches. You with me so far? Yeah. Okay. So here's my bottom. I'm going to fold this so that 1.5 inch line is at the center. And fold that so that 1.5 inch line is at the center. So it looks like the letter W when you look at it sideways. See? Okay? No, I didn't do that right. You just fold it up like that, the letter W. That was a W with an extra hook. You just line up those 2.5 inch lines and then fold it up. So it's basically 1.5 inches this way and 1.5 inches this way, which when it opens up, it's 3 inches, right? So that with a 1/2 inch seam allowance. All my bags are done with 1/2 inch seam allowances. Although occasionally I'll have a technique in a bag that will be, there we go. See how cool that is? It's cool, huh?
Can I put you on pause a second?
Yeah.
Ladies, there are empty seats here if you want to come in. You don't have to stand back there. Okay.
They're staying in the cool air. Okay.
Send it that way.
Hand me the other bag that looks like this, and then the Christmas one, the gray and red. The other one in this fabric. And then the gray one right next to it, the gray and red. Okay, so we have a lot of travel bags in our collection. This is like the men's ditty bag. This one, I used a product called Odicoat, O-D-I-C-O-A-T, Odicoat, and I painted the lining with this to make it waterproof. Or you could use waterproof fabric on the inside, okay? So that one's got a waterproof lining. And then there's this little makeup bag. This is just done with a layer cake pre-cut. We do a lot of stuff with pre-cuts, and this is just done with a pre-cut, okay? It's done with a pre-cut. And then part of our travel collection is our version of the train case, okay? And this is done with the double-sided fusible with the blanket binding as the seam finishing, okay? Then there's the companion makeup bag.
Are we still in the book?
We're still in the book. We're almost out of the book, but all this stuff is still in the book. So you can see there's a lot of cool stuff. And there's a lot of stuff I didn't even bring. There's a machine on wheels bag in the book. There's a weekender bag. There's yeah. Here's another.
Does that have a third size too, like a medium?
That one in the medium one is in there. That's the one that's about this big. This one's the little one.
Okay.
So, and then this is a cosmetic roll up, but I've also used this for sewing kits where you roll it up. Okay. Could be a jewelry case. Yep, whatever you want to put in it. And this bag was inspired by my friend Catherine. This one uses the Flex and Firm Light, and this has got laminated. Now this one I use the iron-on laminate, which is a little different than the Odie coat, so use whatever you'd like. This is our easy binding pocket here. And then this one I use the Flex and Firm Light as the stabilizer, so I'll stick that right in the bag so you know what we used, okay? Just a nice little bag, yes?
Between the iron-on laminate and the Odie
I prefer the Odie coat because it doesn't crackle.
Do you still sell the Yoda coat?
No, but that's something Jan can get, yes? That fabric is called Cuddle Suede. It's by Shannon Fabrics, but I believe it's been discontinued. Sorry. But any synthetic suede would be used for that, yes. Okay. So now we're, yes, question? I do, yes. I do have one machine that it's a domestic, but it's the Juki TL18, and sometimes I sew thicker stuff on that. But pretty much everything I sew on my Solaris. Yeah. Yes, question? It's a personal preference. Sometimes I don't want the bag to be as stiff, so I use the light. I probably do somewhere between 5 and maybe 8 prototypes every time I do a bag pattern. So I'll try different stabilizers, I'll try different fabrics before I find something that I like. And I'll give you a good example of that in a little bit, okay? Now let's move to the Victorian sewing boxes. So now we're out of the book, okay? Actually, listen, give me that little teal sewing kit first. Yes? Ladies, I'd like to hear this question, please. Thank you.
Do you have difficulty with the front part last getting loose? That's what I don't know about you.
I don't. No, I kind of jam them pretty full too. So, and because the pockets aren't upside down, they don't fall out. Okay? Question? No, I do not. Yes. Do I pre-wash my fabric? I do not. Yes.
I got a question with your metal zippers. Are they good for your 4.5 zippers? Or
No, the metallic ones are only good for the 5.0.
5.0?
Yeah. So this is in the serger book that we sold out on in yesterday. I think we actually found a couple more serger books.
I think she said she had one.
Or maybe they found them. This is in the serger book too. This is our serger kit. And hand me the elastic. When I did this in the book, I actually just covered the elastic with thread. But then we found this beautiful satin elastic. So now we use satin elastic when I teach this. This is a great little serger project. I call it the sewing caddy. But it could be good for medication. It could be good for makeup. Anything you want to keep organized, okay? So I'll pass, huh? Oh, little cables, that's right. Well, actually, I have another bag for cables, but you could put cables in there too, yeah. And I use my elastic. All right, and the boxes. So, do any of you, how many of you know who Michelle Omloff is? She's got hot pink hair. A lot of you know she's local. So Michelle was at my house because, like a lot of my sewing friends, our husbands have gotten to be good friends, and our husbands were out skiing. So we wanted to do a little project together. So we made this, and we used this fabric because at the time she had a pet frog named Neil Armstrong, and she loves frogs. So this is the Victorian sewing box. So when you take the cover off, it opens up. Isn't that cute? The pin cushion is removable, okay? And this uses, again, our satin elastic. It's a great way. This is, if you're like me and you save all of your scraps, this is the perfect project for your scraps. I use my leftover stabilizer, my leftover Flex and Firm, my leftover foam, my leftover fabrics. You can make this, and some of these pieces. It is called the Victorian sewing box. Grab me the pattern to go with it. It's in the stack right here. It's in this. Oh no! Oh, it's right there. It is not in the book. Right there. Yeah, it's not in the book. So everything we're doing now came out after the book, because just because I put out a book and it's done really well and it went into a second printing, I'm not just sitting around twiddling my thumbs counting my money. I'm still designing new stuff all the time. So this is the Victorian sewing box. This is the pattern. So this is another one. This one I did freestanding embroidery on here on the top with rickrack on the sides. And here's another one. Okay. Oh, and there's not a whole lot of sewing. This is a great, like, kind of a craft project. Really, the only sewing is right here. Oh, and that frog one, I sewed that completely by hand.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I like sewing by hand.
You can.
I'm with you.
I just, yeah.
So anyway,
So do you have a magnet down underneath?
there's a magnet in here. Yes, there's a magnet in here. Yes. But this one, the only sewing right here is zigzagging around here and then zigzagging around here. There's a lot of gluing. Yeah, a lot of gluing. I use glue sticks, hot glue gun. But just a really cool project. My friend Michelle from the Denver area, her husband brought back something similar from England as a gift to her because she sews. And I thought it was so cool. And I said, can I use that as an inspiration? So it took a lot of math to figure out to get everything to fold just right, you know, and to fit together like a little puzzle. But it's so much fun to make. They're like potato chips. Once you make one, you want to make more. But save all your little scraps of your stabilizer because you can use them in there. Because some of the pieces are only like that big.
So when you say stabilizer, you talk about
The Flex and Firm and the foam. Okay. And you can use the double-sided foam or the single-sided foam. Okay. Yeah, you can use either one in the Flex and Firm. And if you've got Flex and Firm light, you can double it up, put two together. Yeah. Okay. Yes, question?
You're making like a Vera Bradley kind of bag that's quilted.
Yeah.
What kind of stabilizer?
I would probably still use quilted, would the lining be attached or the lining be loose?
No, either way.
Well, it would depend on the lining. If the lining is attached, I would use double-sided. If the lining is loose, I would use single-sided.
And the lightweight?
No, the Flex and, no, I'm sorry, not Flex and Firm. Super shaping foam. I misspoke. I would use the super shaping foam on both bags. You know. We did pass some around. Yeah, we did that. The one in the orange packaging is the single-sided. The one in the purple packaging is the double-sided. Okay? But it's good to have both of them on hand because you never know when you're going to need it. Okay, Fran, what's next? Here, yeah, hand me the Just Right bags. So I was in Atlanta when COVID shut everything down and we got sent home. And I had a bag that I had made on another cruise ship years ago. And I'm going to show you. I'm almost embarrassed to show you this. But this is the first time I've shown this bag in public since I made it. Because I have gotten so much better. So you gotta have to keep in mind, this was made a long time ago. So this was my bag that I made. Okay? It's not. When you see it, it's wimpy. It doesn't have any. It doesn't have an adjustable strap. It doesn't have any piping. It has a little bit of this, but yeah, it really. So I made this and I taught it on the cruise ship and everybody loved it. But I knew that I wanted to redesign it. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to put it in this direction, okay? And then I wanted to put piping on both sides, okay? And I wanted to use better stabilizer. I wanted to use my foam. I wanted to have an adjustable strap. You know, there were so many things I wanted to change about it. So when I got sent home from Atlanta during COVID, I thought, well, I'll be home for 2 or 3 weeks. Let's do that bag. Little did we know, right? So, here, I'm going to hand that.
Really? You want to pass this around?
I'll pass it around. So I made literally, I think probably 3 or 4 prototypes before I came up with this one. And so what happened was I was doing 2 rows of piping on there, but with the thick fabric and the foam and everything, I sometimes couldn't feel the cord, and I was sewing over the top of it, and it was hard, and I thought, well, if it's hard for me, it's going to be hard for my students, so I need to change that. So what I did was I changed the corners. Instead of doing a boxing like this, I did a box corner. If you sew a box corner first and then put 1 row of piping, you're sewing that piping on a straight edge. So instead of sewing piping on 8 corners, you weren't sewing it on any corners, and that made it way easier, right? So then, and I decided I wanted to quilt it, even though I was using my foam, so I wanted to channel quilt it. And when I first started thinking about that, I wanted to put a pocket in it. The pocket was going to be in the front, but I couldn't figure out how to do the top. I decided maybe I didn't want to do a zipper anymore, so I decided to do a flap. So this became the front of the bag. The flap became the front, okay? And then I decided I would use my rivet hardware that we have now, which, yep, you did. I think you did, yeah. So we have it right here. We have our own rivet hardware, okay? and it comes with the tools to set it, okay? So I decided I wanted to, which way do you want that to go? So I decided, because the rivets were fairly new in our repertoire, so I finally forgot this bag, and I go, okay, I want to show this to my daughter, because she's a therapist, and she was home. She came, well, not home, not her home. She was at my home. She lives 4 hours south of us. She drove home during COVID when everything was in lockdown, because she couldn't go to work, and because I have a broadcast studio in my home, she was able to still meet with her patients virtually, okay? And so she came home, and she was working from home. So I said to her, her nickname's Peanut. So I said, Peanut, what do you think of this bag? What do you think? This is my new bag. What do you think? She's like, Mom, really needs to be bigger. Okay. So I make it bigger. Yes, question?
Yeah, I was wondering why there's a zipper inside the bottom of this bag.
I'm going to talk about that in a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. That's to be discussed, because I'm going to do a quick little demo on that. I don't want to run out of time because I really need to show you that. So anyway, so she goes, it needs to be bigger. So I make it a little bigger. And I said, what do you think of this? I'm not making, this is really good. She goes, I think it still needs to be bigger. So this is the big size. Then I do this one, and she goes, oh, yeah, I think that one's just right. I go, really? Because I think it's kind of big for me. So I like the medium size, which I didn't bring, but I think you can picture there's a size in between. The whole purpose of this bag was to have a sleeve to put my iPad in. So this one has a sleeve for an iPad mini. And you put your Kindle in that. The middle size fits a regular standard iPad. And then this one fits the big iPad cover, and I thought it was in here, but it's not. I have the big iPad Pro, and this one fits in here. And I can also put my computer in here, okay? So I didn't know what to name the bag, so I really like the medium size best. So my thing was, this one's too small, this one's too big, this one's just right. So I called it just right bag. So there's actually 6 patterns in there, and all of my standalone patterns have a video in them that you can watch. You watch the video, and it links you through it start to finish. So you can watch the video, sew a little bit, sew along with the video, okay? So this is the just right one. I'm just going to pass one of the bags around. You don't need to see all of them, but you got the idea. So that's the just right bag, and it's got magnets here in the back to keep that big pocket, and there's magnets here. So, and then it uses the strap hardware. Here, let me pass this strap hardware. Let me pass this around with the bag. So, and you can just slide this right in the pocket. Oh, let me see the pattern. Did we do okay, good. Here, I just folded it under. It's just folded under. Yeah. Okay.
For your rivets,
yeah.
Normally the amount of layers you would suggest going through would be 5, 6.
Okay, the question is for the rivets, like how many layers? It depends on the thickness of the layers. There's 2 sizes of rivets. There's 2 sizes of shanks. You want to use the shortest one that the end cap will clip onto, like because it kind of snaps in place before you hammer it. So use the smallest size. If it doesn't fit, go to the bigger size. Okay. And we do have rivet sets over there. And again, anything we run out of.
Can she buy the one you had on display here? I just
Buy one what?
This.
The book? That is my personal book.
Sorry.
You know what? I can just add it to Janice's invoice. Ask Janice if it's okay.
Okay.
Because it's my book that I brought from home. This is the only one I brought from home. But ask if it's okay with Janice, I can just add it to her inventory.
Thank you.
Anyway, so excuse me. Yes. We do have bag feet, yes. And let me talk about the bag feet. Thank you. Bag feet, these are our bag feet. These are so easy to put in. These are so easy to put in. I like to use, the little scissor set that we had? Let me see here.
The essentials.
Yeah. I use these. Oh, something's poking me. Oh, it's a pin. I use these when I do the bag feet. So the bag bottom is usually a couple layers of this with my fabric, and I just use these, and I just push right through, and then the bag feet go through the hole. I do that through the fabric and everything. It's an old-fashioned paper fastener. You just push it in, you open it up. There's little backing plates there to hold it in place. Super easy, super easy. Okay. I don't have bigger ones. I just have one size. Yeah, I have one size. Yep. So, okay. Excuse me, what's your name right here? Chris, would you mind helping me and handing me that blue bag right there in front of you? Yes. This is another standalone pattern. I showed this a little bit yesterday. This is called the Studio.
Go ahead and add it.
Okay, this is called the Studio bag. Okay, and so this has that wave stitch I showed yesterday, the flat lock wave stitch, and we did the pleated trim on here. But with this one, we actually use 2 sizes of cord. We use the regular standard welt and the micro welt. Okay, in here we use both sizes of welt cord. So, and I love these. I love this kind of cord on the top of my bag because it gives my bag a nice body at the top and it's not floppy. Okay,
That's the bag I put my laptop.
and this is the bag she puts her laptop in, and it's got a zipper here on the side. This buttonhole zipper pocket.
You showed her the feet.
Yeah, I showed the feet, and this has the bag feet on it. Okay, so. Well,
Cording in your zipper on the other side of your bag?
no, that's just my buttonhole zipper insertion. Do you want to see how to do that? Let's do it. Let's do a zipper insertion real quick. It's like a bound buttonhole. Yeah.
Yeah, it just looks fluffy.
Just looks fluffy. All right, I'm going to demo one of my zipper techniques. Okay. Okay. Yeah. It's not so much my voice. I'm just got this. It's allergies. Yeah. You know, I got some tea right here. Now Benadryl, I'll fall asleep. I have 2 speeds, fast and stop. Yeah. And I have literally fallen asleep in the middle of a sentence, my own. Yeah. It's true. One time I was at dinner with friends. Actually, my friend Emma Seabrook, I've talked about earlier. We were at dinner, and I was talking about something, and all of a sudden, everybody was laughing, and I had fallen asleep in the middle of a sentence. I was really tired. In my defense, they had played all day. I had worked. I had done an all-day teaching thing. So I had a reason for being tired, okay? That was my story, and I'm sticking to it. I'm just going to cut a piece of fabric here for a pocket. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how we put a pocket into, how we do that kind of looks like a bound buttonhole. Okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a zipper box. So I've got my piece of fabric here. My zipper box is a 1/2 inch wide. So I'm going to come down about 1 inch, and I'm going to draw a line. And I'm going to draw another line down about a 1/2 inch. And then I'm going to close off the box. Yes, it is. This is in the book. So I'm going to sew it onto this piece of fabric. Let's say this is my bag right here. Okay, I know these don't match, but you guys get the idea. Okay, so and my needle came unthreaded. Okay, so I never start and stop on a corner. Okay, I always start and stop on one of the long sides. So I'm going to sew here. And when I get to the corner, I'm going to pivot. Now, if you overshoot the corner and you back stitch, it will never work. And if I'm teaching a class and you try to get away with that, I will call you out and embarrass you in front of everybody. I just counted my stitches, and I counted 7 stitches. Oop, that one's only 6. Well, it's on the line, so I'm going to take a chance it's going to work. I'm just going to look at my bobbin. It looks like my bobbin might not be in right. No, it's okay. All right, so now, here's the cool part. Here's my cutting mat. Oh, there, thank you. So I've got my little cutting mat right here. So what I'm going to do is draw a line down the center at a 1/4 inch. And stop part way, make a Y. But I'm not going to cut on the line. Okay? I'm not going to cut on the line. I'm going to cut here, right there. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Here, I don't have my regular travel kit that I usually travel with, I have every pocket labeled what's in it, and so now I don't know which one to look in. Okay, I'm just going to go to the side of the line and cut. I'm going to turn it around. I'm going to the side of the line and cutting. Because if I just cut right on the line and try to pull that fabric through, that fabric's going to take up more space than there's room for in that pocket, right? Yeah, I can hear you. And that's why when you do like those bound buttonholes, they kind of do this. You know, they kind of pop out.
How far away from the edge of the rectangle did you start your line?
Just on the side of it. I cut out maybe about 1/16 of an inch, just like that, little, just a little shred.
In the middle.
In the middle. I just cut on each side of the line.
Gary, when you drew the line, how far from the edge?
Oh, 1/4 of an inch. I did the line down the middle. I'm cutting to the outside. I'm cutting between the line and the outside of the box. Okay? Now I'm using my wool mat.
Hold that up for a second so you can point to where you cut and what you drew.
See, I cut that, just like that. Okay? Just so you know, the wool mats that we use, my company is the original wool mat company. We're the ones that started that whole wool mat craze. We're the ones with the square corners. We're the only ones that have American source wool processed in America. We do not use Chinese wool. So, just saying. I try to do stuff in this country whenever I can, whenever it's affordable. Sometimes it's just not. You know, sometimes I just can't do it. But we have a wool company that we use. I get several emails a week from China saying, buy our wool, it's cheaper. You know what? No, thank you. You know what? This wool mat, they paid for our new warehouse. They paid for my vacation rental. They paid for my pickup truck. And you know what? I'm very grateful. So I'm not going to, it's just a wool mat. This one's our mini mat, and then we have the original. We only brought in 2 sizes. But, oh, the cost? I don't know.
It would be on that.
It's on that sheet. Because Janice has discounted everything, like this normally I think is about $22 maybe retail, and then with the discount. And then the other one, I think the other one's, I don't know what they are. I think it's normally like 40.
Is there a brand for your wool mat?
Yes, it's the Decorating Diva. It's my brand. Yeah.
It's on our website.
It's the ones with the square corners.
This one doesn't smell like a wet.
Yeah, and we don't, there's companies that actually sell deodorizing spray with their wool mats because they smell. So I'm making these little pleats right here. See, I'm making a little pleat. I'm folding this toward the center. Making little pleats. Yeah. And I'm going to pin that down. I'm sorry, what? I used my 5-in-1 ruler. There you go. What do you think? Isn't that cool? And it's not bulging. It's the 5-in-1 ruler. It's got the yellow packaging. And it has the grooves in the back for trimming your piping cord. Okay? I also use this for my mitering technique. So I'm going to do a bunch of mitering with it tomorrow. All right, so we need a piece of zipper here to put in there. Okay, thank you. I probably have a shorter piece somewhere. Where's my bag of zippers? Right there. Let's see if I've got a shorter piece. No, that's probably, no, that's all, they're all about the same. Okay, let me see that one. All right, so I'm going to put a zipper in. What I like to do is I like to use basting tape on my zipper, okay? Because then I don't need to pin it.
Oh, maybe somebody did it.
Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I touched the remote. Ah. Do we need Brad?
We do.
We need Brad. No, you can use any basting tape. So I'm just putting basting tape on either edge of the zipper, okay? It's just basting tape on the edge of the zipper.
On the right side of the zipper, not the wrong side. No, just still.
Yeah. Let's take questions while we're waiting. Questions?
Are you gonna leave the basting tape in?
I am. Yes.
And that technique is in the book.
Yes, it is. There's several zipper techniques, several bag strap techniques, several bag bottom techniques, several pocket techniques. Thank you, Brad. Woo, he's our hero.
And what is that, what do you call that zipper you write? Just,
The zipper?
yeah, the buttonhole, no,
This is the buttonhole zipper. Yeah. And I need that back there because I need a slide. Oh, no, I have one. Never mind. So here's the cool part. I didn't show this yesterday, okay? This is our amazing zipper genie. You can put your pull on there. And this is how easy it is to put the pull on. Yeah. Okay? It's that easy. Do you want to see that again? So you need to put the rounded side out, and you can do it right side up or upside down, either way. And the prongs need to go in between the tab and the body. Here's the key. You have to put it in at an angle. You open it up, and you put both sides in at an angle, and you don't need to work it. It's very gentle. You just gently just give it a little tug. Now, if it's crooked like that, you just take it off, do it again.
What size zippers will that do?
It uses every size zipper I've ever tried. I've tried it on invisible zippers. I've tried it on clothing zippers, my zippers, metal zippers. The only thing you can't use it for is a coat zipper because they've got those, separating zippers have those tabs at the bottom.
Could you hold up what you were putting the zipper on?
This?
What you put the, do you, it's hard for me to see the
And it might just be
This is the box it comes in. We'll pass this around. That's the box it comes in. There's a picture of it on there. Okay? That's what the tool looks like. The Amazing Zipper Genie. They're made by a guy in New Jersey. So I forgot to mention New Jersey, yeah. All right, so I'm going to take the tape off. And I usually just take off one side at a time. And then I place that centered over that opening. Okay? And once I get that one side kind of holding in place, then I will take the other side off. Okay? Take the tape off the other side. I stitch in the ditch all the way around, and then I fold this up like this and sew the pocket, and there you are. Okay? I'll just put a pin in it because I don't want to run out of time. I need to really show you the rest of the bags.
You got the alphabet to show them.
Yes, I need to show you the alphabet, and I need to show you why I put a zipper in the lining. Okay? Okay, let's start with Alma. So I started a new collection of patterns since I don't really want to write it. It's like you write a book, and then people say, is this a pattern? Is this a pattern? Is this a pattern? No, it's in the book. So now I'm doing patterns again. And then they'll say, is this in the book? Is this in the book? You just can't win, right? All right. This is called the Alma bag. So I'm doing a new collection of bags called the Alphabet Collection, and I'm doing one for every letter of the alphabet. So this is the letter A, named after my grandma Rebedu. Her name was Rose Alma. She's the grandmother who inspired me to be a quilter, and she's the grandma who died in my arms. And I just think it's wonderful that she died in my arms because guess what? She spent her last day on this earth with me. And I don't care what anyone says, I know I was her favorite. I was her first grandchild. There's something about the first one, right? I know they're all special. So we actually have packaged the Alma hardware by itself because there's so many parts. There's the bag feet. There's the swivel clips. Yeah, there's the swivel clips. There's the D-rings. There's the rivets. So we've packaged all of that. So we've got that in 3 colors. So if you want to do the Alma bag, you don't need to be hunting for all the different parts. We have that. And if we run out of those, I know that Janice will be happy to order them. But and the reason why I designed this bag this way is I had a lot of people asking me about a bag that was made out of cork. So there's a lot of people that want to do cork or out of vinyl. So these are Fran's 2 samples. I didn't even bring mine because hers are so beautiful. Aren't they gorgeous? They really are gorgeous. So I'm going to pass these around. It has an outside pocket here. There's a key fob. Oh, the key fob's on the cork one. It's got a key fob right here. 2-way zipper at the top. pockets on the inside and the zipper in the bottom of the lining. We do one each end. Question?
Please be careful with your pens on the cork.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
That red vinyl comes that way, you didn't quilt it, did you?
We did not quilt it, no.
This is just embossed vinyl.
Yep.
Yeah, where do you find that? That embossed vinyl?
Where did you find your embossed vinyl?
I'm at Terrence in the
Oh, a store in New York.
Lower East Side.
Yeah. You can get it locally. Okay. Let me talk about why the lining has a zipper. So, in making a bunch of different bags, and there's several that are like this, the serger bag, the studio bag made on the serger, this bag, several of my bags, this was like my big epiphany of why this is such a good idea. So, I'm going to do a mock bag and a mock lining to show you, okay? So, this is going to be my mock bag. You with me so far? And then I'm going to do a mock lining. Okay, so I want to do a two-way zipper placket at the top on this bag. All right, you with me so far? So, I'm going to press these seams open. I'm going to move this over here so I don't stab myself. If you have trouble getting the zipper slides on, I say that Zipper Genie is well worth the price because, does anyone in here have the Zipper Genie? Yeah, do you love it? Yes. Thank you.
What size does it do again?
It does all sizes. The only zipper you can't do on it is a jacket separating zipper. I mean, I tried it on invisible zippers because I've had some, I've sewn some and they've come apart. Okay, so here's my lining, here's my bag. Let's do a little placket for the top. I think it's still okay. So I'm going to make a little tiny zipper. Okay. I'm going to make a little tiny zipper placket. Where's my bigger scissors? Oh, thank you. They're still on the floor. No, I thought I picked them up. Here they are. They're underneath. Okay. So I'm going to make a zipper placket. A two-way zipper placket. And so I'm going to sew these. Because I do a lot of bags with that two-way zipper. I'm going to move this pedal because this is... Yes, they are. I'm telling you, that book is just... It's like an encyclopedia of bag techniques. The whole first third of the book is just technique. That's the way most of my books are written. And so I show you all the techniques and then I show you what you can make with them. Oh, and the serger book has QR codes in it, so it actually has videos for those techniques. But we didn't know about QR codes when we wrote the bag book. And then all my standalone patterns have QR codes with a video. One girl that works for me, pretty much that's all she does is help me with my video content as far as helping me render it and helping me edit it and tape it and all that. And a lot of times I'll make a video for a pattern and then I change it so much I have to retape it because Fran will go, you can't use that video because you got your old measurements and you changed it too much. So we have to make a new video. Anyone who's a pattern designer that says they don't do prototypes, they get it right the first time, they're either lying or their patterns aren't very well tested. Just saying. Zippers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'm going to grab a piece of zipper. Let me see, I got a shorter one. So I'm going to put a zipper in here. And I'm just going to sew this just like this on each side. centering it. And I'm going to use my special foot. Where are all my feet? There it is. So I'm going to use my double welting foot. It's the one with the bigger groove. It's the larger size that Baby Lock has. It's the one that is, I think, 5 to 7 millimeters. Or 7 to 8 millimeters. I'm not sure the size. It's the bigger one of the two. Okay, so I'm leaving my zipper together. And I'm just going to put those teeth under the groove. I'm going to move my needle over just a little bit. Oh, wrong side. Yes? One book left. Is that someone that wanted a book that didn't get one? So I want to sew both. Oops. No, I guess it's still catching. I want to sew both sides of the zipper in the same direction. So to do that, I'm going to use my right-left mirror image, which moves my needle to the other side of center. And if you're not using your right-left mirror image on your machine, shame on you, because it's a really great feature. It's a really great feature to use. There's 2 sizes of welting feet, yes. They're double welting feet, but I use them, I think Baby Lock calls them double cording feet. Everybody has different names for them. But when you've got the full zipper, the bigger one works better than the smaller one. Okay, there's my zipper placket. When you're doing a 2-way zipper placket like this, you need to leave enough extension so it opens up all the way. So if you've got a 4-inch box at the bottom, you need 4 inches here plus your end of your tab. So you're going to need about 5 inches. You'll need half of that. You'll need to allow 5 inches, so you need to go like 2.5 inches up, okay? So I'm going to put my zipper slide on. Do we have a package of the zipper ends there somewhere? Do you want, maybe go, if you don't mind, grab one. Do you mind grabbing one from over there? It's where all the hardware is.
Okay.
And you want to make sure this.
They fit on these zippers?
Yeah. So here's my 2-way zipper. I'm going to cut a small piece of fabric for the end here. Usually about 2 by 3 to do a little end cap. Is there anyone in here who's been kind of afraid of zippers? You know, it's a lot of people, a lot of bag makers don't put the zippers in their bag. And I got to tell you, once you start using these zippers, you're going to love them. You're not going to have any problem at all. They really do make a difference. Yeah. Sorry, what? About 2 by 3. Whatever the pattern says. Okay, so I'm folding this up like this. I'm going to fold these sides over. I'm going to iron it. I'm going to fold these sides over. I would clip my threads, of course. And then I fold this down to the end of the zipper. And fold it back down again. And usually I try to tuck that end inside. I'm not going to take the time to do that, but I usually tuck that in inside there. And then I'm just going to stitch that down. Okay? And that is one way of finishing the zippers. But another way that's even cooler is using these zipper ends. And I love these. These people see this. You know, this is one of the things that make people go, "You didn't make that bag, did you?" Because they don't know that you can buy cool hardware like this. Yeah, here we go. This is the yellow gold zipper ends, end caps. They come in a package of 4, unless it's the rainbow. They come in a package of 2. The rainbows are so much more expensive. We put them in a package of 2 to keep the price the same. So
Do they have it in silver?
we have them in silver too. Yeah, we have them all the colors. So we're going to fold that over. I put a little bit of hot glue in here. I heat it up. I tuck it in. And I use that little screwdriver, which I don't have. Pretty sure I don't have one. I wish I'd brought one because I would. If I pass this around, do you promise not to pull this off? Really, I'm not teasing. Because if you pull it off, it's going to get lost. There's,
Yeah, ask Janice if she has one.
okay.
I let you borrow my screwdriver, Pam.
Huh?
I've never used it. I let you borrow it.
It's too big. It's too big, yeah. So there, but you can see how pretty that is, right?
I'll go get you a screwdriver.
It's a tiny. He says they have one. Okay, so I'll let her go look for it. Okay, in the meantime, we're going to put this in a bag, okay? So, here's my bag. I'm going to find the center of the sides. And usually I just notch it with a little notch, or I mark it with a pin, whatever, okay? And then I find the center of this, and I make sure that they're centered. And maybe there's piping already sewn to the top edge. Maybe I've got pockets. I just layer all my pieces. My bag is inside out, and then I'm going to put so my piping would be on first. I put it kind of in the layers that I want it, and you have to kind of, look at the pattern or think it out if you're doing it on your own. And I'm going to put there's my pins. Here's some pins. These are not my usual pins either. These are quilting pins, so they're really flexible. So I'm going to, I think this is not too big. This is okay. Yeah. So I'm going to pin this in here, okay?
Now you're pinning it on the side.
I'm pinning this on the side, centered on the side of the bag, okay? And then I'm going to put in, this is the other side here. But I wouldn't have finished these guys, okay? If I'm actually doing this on a bag, these would be done last. I'll pull this off so you can see why. These would be done last. And then, where's my notch? I'm going to line up my notch. And then I'm going to do my lining. I would not have, yeah. Oops. Yeah, the straps would probably already be sewn on, either on the edges or somewhere. This is just like the final touches. You're finishing the bag. Now I'm going to take my lining. Where's my lining? Right here. I'm going to take my lining and I'm going to mark my notches of my centers for my top so it lines up. But before I do that, I'm going to put my zipper in the bottom edge. So I'm going to decide what size I want that box corner to be at the bottom by using that 7-corner ruler. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'm going to just go.
That's the smallest he had. I don't know if that'll work.
It might work. It might work. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to box the corners. Let me see. I did 1.5 and 1.5. I'm going to cut out these box corners. And then I'm going to sew the zippers on each side of the bottom. But I'm not putting the zipper together yet. Okay? You with me so far? Yep. So the bag basically, grab me one of the Hopkins bags. Yeah. So picture the outside of the bag is already done. Pockets are on there, straps, maybe everything's done, piping, whatever's done. Okay, so this is the last thing you're going to do. Okay, and my zippers. Where's the bag? Here. So I'm going to add a zipper to this. Just, huh? We're getting there. It makes the construction of the bag so much easier. It's not just the fact that you have an opening to berth the bag, it's you'll see. Okay, so I'm sewing my zipper on. Is there anyone in here that uses the double cording foot to put their zippers in before yesterday? Okay. I'll tell you what, it just makes it so much easier.
I'm watching.
Yeah, it's so much easier. And of course, if your zipper is hanging off like this, you need to cut it even because it works. It goes on easier if you're cutting it. So we're not putting the zipper together yet. Okay. So now the bag is done. It's inside out. We're putting our zipper in. I'm going to open this up here. I'm going to see if this. I'm just going to sew across here so it doesn't come undone. So I don't want to have to do that again. Come on, there we go. Huh? I'm just sewing across the zipper so it doesn't come apart. So I'm going to open this up so everything can kind of fall down inside the bag, okay? Everything's going to open inside the bag, and now I'm going to put this right side out inside the bag. And we're going to sew all the way around. Okay, we're going to line up the seams and the centers, and we're going to sew all the way around. Okay? Just tuck it inside and sew all the way around. And that's why it's good to have a free arm on your machine. Okay, so I'm going to bring this over the arm of my machine. And, you know, of course, you know this is just a quick little demo, so it's not going to be perfect.
Just leave them there. I'll get them.
Okay, so this is the outside of my bag. Now, all I need to do is, and my bag is finished at the bottom. I didn't do the bottom of the bag, but you pretend it's bottom. So now I can go in here, I can put my bag bottom in. I can put my feet in because it's all open, okay? All right, then all I need to do is put my zipper slide on. In my lining, put my zipper slide on, so I'm going to put my zipper slide on twice. I'm going to put it on twice, because if I only put it on one time, it's still open at the other end. So I'm going to put it on once, and then I'm going to let it go right off the end. Then I'm going to put it on a second time, and I'm going to leave it in the middle this time.
Or they could use a double zipper.
Or they could use a double zipper, but you, okay? So now, and I don't even care that there's a little bubble there. So now I'm going to pin across the ends here. I'm going to pin across the ends because I don't want the zipper to come past here. I'm going to do that on both ends. Okay? Now I'm going to open up the zipper, and I'm going to pull that corner out like that and sew across the corner. So I'm going to go back to the machine. What is that now?
It's basically so you can get inside.
You can get to the guts of the purse, yes, because the lining's not closed, so all that stuff that you have to do after you put the lining in can be done, right? And there's no hand stitching. Even though some of us like hand stitching, right?
Right, yeah.
And then we do the other side. So now that corner is finished, that inside corner, right? A little box corner. And then we do this side. Pop out that corner, right? And especially in the Alma bag, you'll see I have all those layers. I have pockets and piping and the the zipper placket and the lining. So that's a really good example of how that went together. So now I just zip this closed. I drop my lining in my bag, my zipper up here. As a lot of times I wait and put these tabs on at the end here. And then let me put that little zipper. Let me see if that screw will fit in here with this. We'll see if it does or not. Okay, let me see. That's not a real pretty job of that, but let's see if I can get the screw to fit that screwdriver. Where was that little screwdriver? Right there.
We have it. Jack, you're gonna go home and make it first.
Maybe.
I gotta say, I did several DVDs back in the early 2000s, and the videographer that I used felt like he could sew anything after he worked with me and did all my decorating videos. Yeah, that'll work. Just screw this down. It's not pretty because I didn't push it all the way and it got frayed, but you get the idea of how that works. And then there's your two-way zipper placket inside your little pretend purse with a lining. Okay? All right. So let's, now we'll just work down the alphabet. So I want B next. Becca. So we're going to finish, we'll pass that around and we'll finish the alphabet collection. I'll talk about my alphabet collection. So this is the Becca beach bag. Yes, question?
I'm sorry, on the, not that, but on that plastic stuff, can you sew over that?
The plastic canvas? Yeah.
The plastic, the harder stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can sew through it. Yeah. Yeah, as long as you can get under your machine. Now, I thought I brought my original bag. I did not bring it. We've got the pattern. Hand me the pattern. There's 2 embroideries that come with this pattern. They were all in order.
They were.
The Becca. It's the beach bag. Yeah, it's there. So we have this mesh. It's pictured here in black because that's when I first made the pattern. It took us about a year to get this mesh developed. We have it in 8 colors now, and I think we passed around the samples. This black is just what you buy at the hardware store. Okay? It's just this greening at the hardware store. But now we have them in 8 fun colors. So there's an embroidery scene with a palm tree and water and a beach, and then there's some flip-flops. Those embroidery designs are included in the pattern. Okay?
And they get embroidered on the mesh?
And they get embroidered on the mesh. So, and they were specially digitized, kind of like a light embroidery to go on mesh. But then I wanted to try something, and then, because Fran had done it, this embroidery was, that was in your machine, or you bought it?
No, I bought that.
She bought this design with the birds on it, and she did her own. And so I did one, a Halloween trick-or-treat bag with a witch that was built into my Solaris, and it was heavily digitized. So what I did is I did 2 wash-away stabilizers underneath, 2 wash-away stabilizers on top, stitched it out. And I didn't want to take, I was in the middle doing a bunch of other stuff, and I didn't want to take the time to wash it, because sometimes you have to wash it 2-3 times to get all the stabilizer out, right? You know what I did?
Stuck in the washing machine?
No, I put it in my dishwasher. I put on, did I tell you this? I put it on the top rack of my dishwasher, ran it on, with no soap, just ran it on empty, and ran it through. And when I took it out, all the stabilizer was gone. Yeah.
How's your plumbing?
That was fine, huh?
It didn't gum up your dishwasher?
Mm-mm, no, I didn't.
Not that she knows of.
No, well, that was last fall, so, yeah. Yeah. That was last fall, so it still works fine. But there's the pattern includes 2 pieces. There's a little pouch inside, and then the bag, and the bag has a little zipper pocket hanging inside. And I just stuck a bag of mesh in here, but we have this. My friend made, last year made these for her nieces and nephews for Easter. She made everybody a beach bag and all the different fun colors. But this, now with beach season starting, this is great stuff. This is great stuff. And I just absolutely love it. I have a bag, it's in the hotel room, but it's oversized, and it just, I use that for my carry-on. And this isn't a big size. It's 36 by 58. So it's,
Would that make one large beach tote?
it'll make a big beach tote, yes. Or 2 this size. And then if you've got scraps, I use my scraps for all kinds of stuff. Like you probably, oops. Yep. Hand me that yellow pouch there. You probably saw this little pouch that I keep stuff in. I take all my scraps and make them into little zipper bags, so put stuff in. And I love it because you can see what's in there. Yes?
What size needle do you use
sorry guys, I'm trying to get this on. I pretty much sew with denim needles all the time. Denim needles or the non-stick needles. So usually I sew with a 90 or a 100. Yes?
What do you call that fabric of your other pouch?
This?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. This is just something I bought cheap like 20 years ago. Yeah, it's kind of like a screen. I don't know. I bought a whole bunch of them. That's the only one that's left. The rest of all disintegrated. Okay, so next one, A, B, C, C. And, let me pass the Becca here. That goes with the pattern.
I thought this was.
That's with the Becca. So the Becca was named after my friend Becca Krahula. Becca and I were best buddies in high school. We were in a 6-person art program in our high school. We have a very small school. And I need the pattern that goes with this. Just bring all the patterns over. Bring them all over. That way you don't need to hand them to me.
Yeah, I got them all in alphabetical order.
Okay. This is the Chrissy clutch. So Becca was like I said, one of my best friends in high school. We still keep in touch. She is a 4-time cancer survivor. She currently has a brain tumor. Yep. And she,
It fell off again.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry.
Turn it off.
Yeah, let me turn it off and then rehook it. I'm all thumbs today. What can I say? So anyway, yeah, Becca, she currently has a brain tumor. It's encapsulated, so she's doing fine. At some point, it's going to burst, and that'll be it. So every time I see her, I pray that it's not the last time. But we take every day to get as it goes. So anyway, this is the Chrissy clutch. This was named after my little rat terrier. Do you remember my dog from the last time I was here? Yeah, she's in puppy heaven now, waiting for me. So, but I named this after Chrissy. And so the inspiration for this was I was at a funeral, and I was standing in the church, and I was looking down in front of me, the pew in front of me, and this woman had this lovely little blue, like a bluebird blue leather clutch. And it had 2 really pretty gold zippers, and they were like, the zippers were like the jewelry of the purse. And I thought, I've got pretty zippers. I could make a bag, so I just added another zipper. So there's 3 pockets. This is a really cool pattern. It goes together completely different than my other bags. It uses the Flex and Firm light, and so it's a really cool bag. You can make it with or without a chain. Fran chose to use a chain on hers. So it's just another fun bag in my alphabet collection. And she used the rainbow zippers for hers. And we don't have rainbow chains, so that's why she used the black chains. And then the next one is the Debbie.
It's metallic.
No, it's the Debbie.
It's metallic.
It's metallic. It's not metal. So this is the Debbie duffel. I use that 7-corner ruler with that rounded box corner at the top here. See? At the rounded. And that gives the top a little more, it kind of makes it soft. It's not like a square box corner. Okay? And that way the zipper's sewn on a straight edge. Okay? And this has, again, the zipper inside. There's a strap with a nice shoulder pad on it. Okay? It's got some inside pockets. Pocket zipper here. This is cool. Trolley zipper here, trolley pocket. So your suitcase can, your handle of your hat. Yeah, isn't that cool? We put cork on the bottom. You could also use leather or vinyl for the bottom if you wanted to. But a really cool bag. And it's got a water bottle pocket right here. And we named this the Debbie Duffel after Debbie, who's my assistant. Now, originally I was going to name it. Yes, question?
Oh, I didn't mean to talk to you.
I was originally going to call it the Darla Duffel after my cat. But then Debbie was able to come back to work because Debbie couldn't work for me for almost 2.5 years because even though she only lives 10 minutes away, she lives in another country and she couldn't cross the border, during COVID. So when Debbie came back, I wanted to honor her with this. And so I had a little discussion with Darla, the kitty, and said, are you okay if I change the name to the Debbie Duffel? And she said, as long as you don't name anything after that new dog, I'm okay with it. So that's why I got named the Debbie Duffel. Does that go this way or that way? Okay. I don't remember the dimensions specifically. It's on the pattern, but I know.
Patterns in there.
The pattern's in there. But I know that mine is lime green, and I have taken it on a ton of planes, even with the little tiny overhead compartments. It fits under the seat. If it's in the overhead, it fits on every plane. And I can put, like if I go away for like a 3-day teaching trip, I can carry everything in there. So it's a standalone pattern. No more bags are in the book. This one's named after my friend Emma Seabrook, and that's the Emma envelope, and Fran has 2 different versions of it here. And she used decorative stitching on this one, and on this one she used her serger stitching. And of course, Fran used hers with what she had, but in my pattern, this bag right here, I used this keyring hardware to hook on the sides. So you can choose to do what you want, but this is what I used in this bag. So this is also part of the Emma pattern. There's two views, and this one has a pocket for your water bottle and your phone, okay? And this one, they're nice, like, and your poop bags. You know when you go walking, if you don't have pockets, you want to carry your phone with you, maybe a bottle, it's nice for that. These are just to go around your waist like a little waist bag, okay? And those are named after Emma. And that's the Emma and the Emma 2.
Nice.
Yes.
Do you wash any of these bags?
After they're dirty. Yeah. 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 So, I know I won't. So this is the Franny pack named after Fran. It was about time I named something after her, huh? So this, you can make it left-handed or right-handed. So if you like to carry your bag on either shoulder, you can do that. But it's just like an over-the-shoulder sling bag. Whoops, wrong side. Yep. Well, I didn't know what side you put it on. That's the side. That's the side I put mine on. I wear mine on the other side. So this is the side you would wear this on. Okay. So I usually like it just sitting on your hip. Usually, I tell people with your dominant hand. I wear mine this way, and I didn't bring mine because Fran had a couple made up. This is actually her purse that she's using right now. And Fran will tell you, too, she uses every purse that she makes. We test them and we use them for a while. So she made this one with a matching wallet. This is the Wonder Wallet, which I did not discuss. This is a standalone pattern. It's not part of the Alphabet series. This is the Wonder Wallet, and there's actually 2 views with this. There's these 2 sizes. So we'll pass that around, okay? And this one doesn't have a chain. Mine actually has a chain on it. Yeah. Here. Actually, I'll just show my 2 because these 2 match. These are my Wonder Wallets. Okay?
And they kind of go with the Hopkins.
And they go with the Hopkins bag. But this is a really fun bag. And again, zipper in the lining in the bottom, but it's got a pocket here. And here's this was an epiphany that I had. Where's the I'm looking for the thing to resize. Is it over there? Yes.
Could you use a smaller gauge zipper in the lining instead of
If you wanted to, yeah. If you want to use your own zippers, I don't care if you use my zippers or not. I just think my zippers are amazing, and I love them, and they're easy to use. Yeah, but you could use a leftover dress zipper inside, or you could just, it wouldn't even need to match, it's in the lining. Okay, so let's say you want to have a mother-daughter bag or a grandmother-granddaughter matching bags, and you want to make this, but you want to make it for somebody smaller. It's very easy to resize. So let me just, where's my little ruler? I got a ruler in one of these bags here. Okay, so this bag measures, let me see, it's about 7 inches across. So let's say you have this bag and you want to make it, it's 7 inches across, but you want to make it 5 inches across because you want to make a little one, okay? You can use the proportional scale. How many of you have used this proportional scale? Yeah, doesn't it work great? It's great for resizing anything. So we've got 7 inches is our original, and we want to make it a 5. So we take the 7, we line it up with the 5. Now it says 71%. So you take your printer, and when you go to print, instead of printing it full size at 100%, bring it down to 71%. Now you have the same size, you have the size that you want, okay? Does that make sense? Okay. So it's great for resizing. It's great for quilt blocks. So you want to resize quilt blocks? You want to resize photographs? You want to resize, I use it for recipes. What's it called? Really? The proportional scale. Yeah, I use it. Yeah, if I want to like double or triple something, or like sometimes I want to make something, like I want to make biscuits, and the recipe calls for 2 cups of flour, and I only want to make a few, so I'll do 2/3 of a cup. So I do the math that way. So 2 cups of flour, if you divide it by thirds, that's 6/3. 6/3 down to 2/3. I do 6, bring it down to 2. There's my scale. So you can use it for all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's just, they're really fun to do, okay? So we'll pass these around. That is the letter F from my alphabet series. Now we're up to G. These patterns are brand new, so you're only like the second group to get to see these. This is the Gracie Grab and Go Organizer. So I actually used this pattern for 2 years. I did it, and then I decided I wanted the spine just a little bit bigger. And Mary, you made the smaller size, right? Yeah. Have you used it much?
Off and on.
Off and on.
It's kind of bulky for me.
Okay, to use as a wallet. I use mine as a purse. So I had, originally I had this as a 1 inch. I made it a little bigger here, and I made it a little deeper here. So this is, again, one reason why I test everything. So this holds your phone. It's got a magnet right there to keep it there flat. It's got a double wallet here. There's 4 pockets on each side. Currency pockets here. Then you can put more stuff here. Okay? And then here's your zippered pocket for your change.
That looks like you could put a little fabric.
You might, yeah, you could put a little, yep. And then there's a key fob here. And then, of course, you can put it on a chain or a strap. And if you're going to do a strap, we do have the bag hardware here for you. We do sell the bag hardware. Or you can just put it on a chain. And then this is one in cork. So, didn't Fran do a good job on these? Yep. So this is the Gracie Grab and Go.
Send that way, I'll send this.
Okay.
So beautiful.
All right, we're almost to the end here. So yesterday I did this Hopkins bag here. Remember I showed you how to do that zipper on the serger. So this is one of Fran's. This is your bag. Yeah, this is Fran's bag. No, this is yours. Mine has a different stitching on it.
That is mine.
Yeah. She came to my house and we made bags out of the same fabric. So anyway, but on the cover of the pattern I have show you with doing it on the sewing machine. So we can do it, you can do this on the serger or you can do it on your machine. I did this with rickrack. And if you haven't done this yet, the rickrack, if you just take the rickrack and you keep overlapping it in the same direction, it makes a beautiful rope like that. It's really, really fun to make. It's a great way to decorate that.
Could you show the rickrack up? I think I can see better.
Is it glaring?
It's hard to see.
It was on that Victorian sewing box. On the little one, the frog one, I had the same kind of decoration on there, if you look at that one.
How do you attach it?
I sewed it. I sewed it down. Because remember, the zipper was sewn inside out, so there was a raw edge here when I sewed it on the sewing machine. So I put that braid right over the top. And I have another really pretty one, but it was in my suitcase. I wanted to show you. It was off-white fabric that was tone-on-tone embroidery. So I embroidered it, and then I used a beautiful gimp braid here, French scroll gimp braid here. And then what I did here is I had the tabs, and then I did a chain. And in the center of the chain, I just put a little fabric sleeve to match on the center of the sleeve. So that is the letter H.
All right.
I got one more. One more. We're almost done. And the letter I is the Isabel organizer. This uses our elastic. This uses our satin elastic. Oh, well, that pattern's not ready yet. But this is the last one that we have patterns for. I'll pass one around on each side. That is what I keep my cords in. Did you have, mine is over there, isn't it? The teal one? The Isabel, right in front of you. Right in front of you. This is mine. I won't pass this around because it's got all my stuff in it. But I just put all my power cords in my stuff when I travel. This is the Joyce, and pattern's not ready yet. It's not ready yet. It's probably going to be, I'm not sure if I'm going to write the pattern in 3 sizes or just have you use the proportional scale. But it's 3 little boxes. Isn't that fun? Three little boxes. This one's not ready yet. But just to show you, I'm not like stopping, just even though I'm going to stop traveling as much, I'm not going to stop designing. Okay? So this is the Joyce, and hand me the Chris. Christine. And this is the letter K. This is the last, this is my also the prototype. This is the letter K. And yes, and it's done now. So we're doing this one in May. Yeah. So it's got pockets. It's got a two-way zipper. It's using the cool stuff, and I've got some samples inside to fluff it out, but it's kind of fun. It's a good bag. Yes, and there's a zipper in the lining. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Oh, there's some rivets on the side. Oh yeah, this is a conceal and carry pocket. Oh, just got something on my foot. Oh, was it the zipper, Jeannie? Oh, it hurt. All right, where's Janice? She can come make her announcements now. I'm done. Thank you, everyone. I know it's kind of whirlwind, but I had a lot. This is like, I usually do this all day. This is an all-day program. I had to whip it into 2 hours.